Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell is rated T by the ESRB. Viewers' discretion is advised. Greetings, Soulswind here, and welcome to Let's Play Splinter Cell. This is a new main series of my Let's Play channel, and yeah, this game is also Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, and yeah, there's a lot of stealth, everything, so I would actually be restarting pretty often, so hope you don't mind that, because there is something that is still not as refined, seeing this is the very first game. But then again, yeah, it is challenging, so these restarts are warranted. It shows the lack of skill on my part, actually, so yeah, in a way. Okay, anyways, let's take a look at the settings. I just want to say that I changed my key for interaction to shift, and then put space as jump. I think this was originally the alternate one where the shift is above and space is below. So it's just intuitive that space is the jump key, yeah? So I think that's about it. The graphics is like this and sounds like that, and that's it. 3D audio and whatnot, actually, never mind. So let's just start the game. Okay, so Sam is the default, and Soulswind is my own playthrough, so you can see actually there's something changing. The difficulty, hard and normal. So I'm going to just delete this because now we are going to do a new playthrough, and I'm just going to create this as Soulswind again and put it on hard, and let's create it. So this is hard difficulty. I think it's the HP and the amount of time needed to be spotted and things like that. So yeah, there's a few unlocked missions, but we will not touch those because those are story related. So let's go through the training.
Cancelled a trip to Georgia this morning after the suicide bomb assassination of that country's president by separatist rebels from the Abkhazia region. Continued fighting in the Abkhazia and South Ossetia regions has hindered Georgia's hopes of integration into Western institutions. Industry baron Kombain Nikolad seized power today in a bloodless coup, installing himself in the presidential palace behind a wall of political and military support. The charismatic billionaire plans on holding elections within a matter of days to affirm his seat of power, and promises a pristine and profitable relationship with America and the West. Bringing high-speed fiber optic connectivity to areas of Eastern Europe that less than a decade past didn't have telephones. The technological leap is due largely to the efforts of rising information industries in the Netherlands, and especially Georgia, where the Vice President called his visit to Georgia an honor, and called Georgian President Kombain Nikolad a man with his eyes on the future.
CIA Training Farm. Camp Perry, Virginia, August 7th, 2004, 06:01 hours. Prove that you are the right man for the job. As Agent Sam Fisher, you have been recruited to spearhead the operational arm of the National Security Agency's Third Echelon Initiative. Before being sent into the field, you must demonstrate that you possess the skills to undertake dangerous and covert solo missions. Press fire to begin.
Sam Fisher. I can't believe you beat me here.
I like to be early. Hello, Colonel.
You can use my name. The room's safe.
Lambert.
Good to see you again. I trust NSA orientation is going well?
Well enough. Everybody's been real coy about what exactly I'm allowed to know.
It's the nature of the agency. We don't let any one person know everything, which means we've all got to work together.
Even though I'll be out there alone.
You'll be transmitting to us in more ways than you can imagine, and we'll be online through your earpiece and OPSAT.
And that's how we're handling training.
Yep. Sorry to make you run the course. I know you've been taking care of yourself.
I haven't been in the field in years.
Sure. But tradecraft is something you don't forget. It's like riding a bike.
Or wearing high heels.
Be careful, Fisher. Everything we say is being monitored. You know how nervous the brass is about exercising the fifth freedom.
I'll be good.
Be better than good. Third Echelon is a brand new initiative. The role aggressive intelligence operations will play in NSA's future will depend largely on your performance. I'll see you on the far side of the course. All right, Sam, let's get started. Can you hear me clearly?
Hi there.
Good. That means the implanted speaker is working correctly. Now, the technicians here want to calibrate your equipment. Can you turn to the red emergency light on the wall to your left?
Okay, so before we proceed, I just want to say that right after the cinematics, it's actually better to have your hand on the mouse. Yeah, so basically maybe before the cinematic ends, because the thing is that when the game first loads, the screen will be like shaking wildly and spinning wildly because I think it's not able to place a position of your cursor. So yeah, having the hand on the mouse can let you move just a little bit, or just, you know, like twitch it a little bit, and then it's just stabilized like this. Otherwise you'll see it flinging around wildly. That can happen because I sometimes forget to have my hand on the mouse, so that can happen in future missions. But yeah, as much as possible I don't want that to be shown on the screen, so I'll try to remember. Anyway, we need to turn left to look at the light. We need it in the central region, not just at the side, so we have to move it a little bit more.
Great. Now the one on your right.
Again, oops, sorry, I'm just adjusting my mouse. S32. Wait, hang on.
Okay, same thing for pitch. Look for another light up in the rafters on the ceiling. Excellent. Now look for one on the ground in front of you.
It's there, but you know, if we block it.
All right, Fisher, we'll get through this as quickly as possible. We'll start simple. Climb up onto that ledge, over that pool.
Okay, so if we had seen Lambert entering the office, we would have seen S32 right through the door frame. So we are here in this training area. And do we listen to him? According to Sam, not really. Oops, I pressed the control key. Anyway, let's head towards the right side. This game rewards exploration, so we should seriously reward. Okay, we need to face where we want to jump to. This is one of the features that will be introduced shortly. So basically, yeah, do a wall jump by jumping and jumping again while in the air. We'll reach this area where there is a room. Number 2, for the night vision goggles, it will be introduced in more detail. Let's switch on the lights, and then we can switch off the goggles. So there's a room here if we explore, and what are we rewarded for it? Sometimes nothing, but here's a lockpick, so we pick it up. It was on the shelf there, and this will be useful for something later. Now switch off the lights, let's not waste electricity, and let's get down. Right, this barrel roll, however, is a little bit tricky to do. Like I cannot like see crouch control key or something. Like it doesn't just, no, none of the keys actually make me do the barrel roll for whatever reason. It just doesn't work. So yeah, like it doesn't work. Okay, anyway, the control key now shows us we have a lockpick. So these are gadgets and whatnot. We can actually see this in the tutorial later. Anyway, we want to jump up here. Okay, before jumping, it's important to save, because this kind of jump can be a little bit finicky, and the thing is that when Fisher lands, the landing sound is loud and it will affect the enemy. Like basically it will attract the enemy, and we want to save because we don't want to attract enemies. So, and this is not a problem that we can be easily dealing with. So yeah. Now this is a briefing and observation room. There's a keypad here. We can enter anything, access is denied, and if we try observing Lambert during the cutscene, we will see him pressing something like 57393, but nope, 5739, and it's gone. So what do we do then? Nothing. We have a lockpick though, which is around the same region. Does that mean anything for us? well, we will be able to tell. But for now, let's just go ahead. Oh, shift at the base of a ledge to grab onto it, so spacebar to continue. So actually we have to, no, not like that. We have to go here. No, actually not really. It's actually over here, yeah. This is the ledge. That it is. Why did I go down there? Okay, and anyway, just shimmy across. So left and right allows him to move left and right after jumping. The jump key is the space key. So to get back down, press the jump key again. So jump, and then we'll automatically grab. And I mean, if we're close enough, we'll automatically grab, and then left and right to move. Up to go up. But yeah.
We'll let you do your thing here. You're looking at your basic assault course. I'll chime back in once you've passed it.
Basic assault course. Okay, so we can go slightly down here again. Let's see. Yeah, pressing down can also let us go back down. So this is something to note. Other than the jump key. Right, let's go. Okay, again. Oh, your default walk speed is walking speed. To use the accelerate key, mouse wheel up to increase Sam's speed. Your default speed is walking. Use the accelerate key, mouse wheel up to increase Sam's speed. Use the decelerate key, mouse wheel down to decrease Sam's speed. Spacebar to continue. Oh, oh, okay. So if you change the key, then it's the interact key, which is the shift key to continue. So note that. Note that. Can we get back here if we go up there? Actually, we might not be able to get back here. Hang on. I wonder if I can actually come back here. Can we return back to the start of the chorus? Okay, there's a room there. To use a ladder, simply move onto it or jump onto it to make Sam start climbing. Right, it's here. So, okay, one more thing. We can climb here, but it won't help us, right? Because that's where the platform is. And if we climb like this and we want to go down, if we hold down for a while, Sam slides down. So that is helpful to a certain extent. Okay, can we, to use the zipline, stand under it and press jump. So we can press the shift key to continue. I don't think we can get through there, and there's actually nothing. You see that that little shed over there? It's blocked in everything. I don't think we can get in there, if I'm not mistaken. To repeat pop-up training tips, interact with one of these objects. Spacebar to continue, which is shift key to continue. To use the zipline, stand under it and press jump key. So basically we can repeat the tips here. And oops. Oh, and we die even in the training. So that's one thing to note. Falling from height like makes us die. So oops. Load level. So I just have to load this level again. So basically, if we had fallen, we will need to start afresh right from the very beginning. In fact, even watching the cutscene where Lambert walks into the office, and that was unskippable. So the save function is very important. We should save wherever we think there may be a mistake, and even when we don't think there's a mistake, but when there is enough progress in the game, such as reaching that platform up there. You know, it's the training ground, but we can still die from that height. Apparently that's quite high though, but honestly speaking, I would think Fisher has a better chance of surviving that fall. But, well, I'll see you back there where we ended that failed attempt. I'll see you back there in a while. Okay, so we are back where that attempt was a failure. But anyway, we have to jump below the zip line. So let's do the jump. And Sam will grab onto the zip line and just slide across. So it is very clear how you can slide and where you can slide. Climbing on a vertical pipe or beam is like using a ladder. Space to continue. So we can do this because there's an arrow here. Okay, we can do this to just press the arrow key where Sam is nearby the pipe to just slide down. Sam will engage the pipe and slide down. To crouch, press C and Sam will be lower but quieter when crouch, which is true though, that's very important. Most of the time we'll move around crouch, so just press C to crouch. Yeah, I just tried to jump across it anyway. So this is where it is. And here, we can go over here. When between narrow walls, it may be possible for Sam to do a split jump. To split jump, stand next to a wall and press the jump shift key, which is the spacebar key. When at the top of the jump, press the shift key a second time and hold. Okay, that's my spacebar, but that's your shift key. Okay, so yeah, I just made the changes. So go to the wall and then hold this and then like that. So it will let Sam straddle the walkway. So let's press spacebar to come down and try again. Space, and then that's it. Actually, I don't think you even need to hold, just space. And if it's close enough, Sam will do it. But better still, hold it. So space, and hold. Yeah. Okay. Both ways will work though. So it's either this way or this way. Oops. Closer to the wall. And then that way. So both ways will work. Right. So that's, I think, the repeat of the tips, I think. Yep. And to hand over hand under a pipe or beam, press shift to grab it. So we can press shift. Let's check this one first. To hand over hand, blah blah blah. And I think there's one more here. Oh, to decrease visibility and to pass over obstacles while on a pipe, press crouch to bring Sam's legs up. So that tip actually triggers around here. Let's jump first, and then we can move like this. When we are near to this hole over here, we actually need to do a crouch by pressing C. It's a bit slower, but it's less visible. Yeah. So let's go through it. Okay, so when we are near like gaps like this, the directional keys may not be as intuitive. Like, actually, I was holding the same key, but Sam actually moved backwards. So take note of that. To come back down, press the crouch key. So Sam will dangle like this, but if you actually press the jump key, Sam will just let go and just drop down. So be very careful when pressing the spacebar key, because Sam may drop and cause a sound. So that's not good. Climbing a fence or lattice is the same as climbing a ladder or a pipe. So we just climb this. Just move towards it and Sam will automatically grab onto the fence and climb up. Right. To put Sam's wall to the back, face the wall and also press Q. When Sam reaches a corner, he will peek. Sam can also shoot while peeking. Press Q a second time to exit back to wall. Okay, this is just a thing. So we cannot crouch, I think, while doing that. Oh, actually we can, but it's not gonna get us through. Usually these gaps are too tight that we cannot get through. Okay, so this part, again, the keys are finicky, so be careful. Okay, so shift key to come back up, and then now we climb this place to reach the end of this region, I think. And then let me just do a quick save. Right, so let's get through to here. Okay, slide down by holding the down key. So that's good enough. And
Good job, Fisher. As soon as you can find a way over the gate, we'll move on to covert ops training.
thank you, Lambert. And if Sam needs to reach a very high ledge, it may be possible for him to jump off a nearby surface. Try standing close to one of the side walls, press jump shift key, and while in the air, press the jump key again. Okay, so this is just a repeat. We just need to make sure. Okay, just stand close to the wall and do this jump and like that. So basically face where you want to grab onto. So we can drop down here. We can walk into this shutter to open the shutter, but why do we want to do that? Check the door first. Interact with the door by using your interact key, which might be the space key, or for me it's the shift key now. Anyway, so we need to go back to the game and hold on to the control key to access our gadgets and pick the lockpick. Then then click on your left mouse button to interact with the door in a different way, and this interface pops up. How do we lockpick? By pressing on the WASD key until one of them shifts the pins. So A key, no. W key, it does. So hold, not hold. Keep tapping the W key. Now let's try the A key again. Tap A key, no. Tap S key, or hold, no, it doesn't work. So yeah, tap. It is tap. Yeah, why did I doubt myself? Anyway, so again, A, S key, no. W key, no. D key. Okay, tap D key until it goes up and clicks. Again, now tap A key, and now this works. So you have to tap in rapid succession until all the pins are unlocked, which can be a little bit nerve-wracking during situations where enemies are actually patrolling close by, but it's something to take note of. It's something we have to do pretty often. So open the door by pressing the interact key, your shift or your space key. I think mostly your space key if you don't change keys. We get to enter this room where there is a computer. Should we use the computer? Okay, this is the light, so we can hold shift key or the space key, basically the interact key, to interact with the light, and we can use the computer. Okay, doors, they close after some time if you are not in the way of the door. So use the computer, and what do we get? One note added from data stick picked up from the computer, and if we use the computer again, there's nothing else. However, you see the bottom right hand corner, a memo and a magnifying glass with a paper below. That means we need to look at something. Let's get out of here first. Okay, and why keep the lights on? Please switch off the lights. Don't waste electricity. Okay, so now we're outside here. Do we progress? No. Wait, there was a keypad locked office that we couldn't access, but why is it there if we couldn't access it? Let's see. Press escape key to bring up these things. Okay, usually it's on the goals, but sometimes it's on the notes. We can see that the code for the observation platform over the assault course is 5656. Okay, this is the tab that we're supposed to look at. We can go to inventory, which we can take a look at the gadgets. Now we will introduce a lockpick here, I guess. Why not? Lockpick, a set of picks for discreetly passing locked doors. How do you use me? How do you use me? Select the lockpick from your quick inventory. Press fire to start using it. To release a pin, you must press the correct movement key, W or A or S or D, by default. Once you hear and see the pin begin to move, press the same key repeatedly until it is released. 4. Repeat operation until all the pins are released. So basically, I'll introduce the tools as we move along, but you can always come back here to check the tools, like how to use them and whatnot. Yeah. And then we have items, which is empty right now. Anyway, let's go back to the mission information. We also have the data over here. Data stick, empty. What do we do? Double click. From Anna Grimsdottir to Colonel Irving Lambert. Sent on April 17, 2004. This is a very old game. 1226. Regarding not likely. Lambert, I'm anxious to see what this super spy of yours can do, so I'll be watching him from the observation platform over the assault chorus. I've temporarily changed the door code to 5656 to keep anybody from wandering in. If he's as capable as you say, I'm sure we'll do fine in the field. Just don't get too optimistic, old man. Just because the brass gave us the okay to recruit him doesn't mean we're in the clear. We've still got a lot to prove here, and while Fisher may turn out to be the best thing since Audie Murphy, he's still just one man. A single slip up and the folks upstairs will shut us down faster than a leaking reactor. And as far as your claim that there is no such thing as a secret when Sam Fisher is looking for something, well, I'll believe it when I see it. Well, guess what we found? Grim? we've got the keypad code to the door. Guess what we are doing? You'll believe it when you see it, right? Let's get back. So yeah, I don't think I want to show you the way back because it's just the way back. Like basically just redo the course in the opposite direction. So I'll just meet you back there in a while, okay? And meanwhile, I'll make a save on the game because who knows, I'll just drop somewhere and die. We'll just overwrite T3. I'll meet you back there in just a while, okay? Oh, and for example, in this view, pressing the D key actually makes us move left. Pressing the S key makes us move right. So yeah, like I said, it's a little bit different, so take note of the keys. We may accidentally just wander into enemy's line of sight. Oh, one more thing, and if you're in a rush, we don't need to run to the fence to climb. So if we're in a rush, if the enemy has already spotted us, we don't need to be discreet. Just jump and let Sam gain some height and some progress on the fence climbing already. So that's one more thing. Right. Wow. Another thing to note, if we are so close to any obstacles, pressing C will not make Sam crouch. So be careful. I mean, it will not make Sam tuck in his legs. So be careful. We can just turn around and that will do. And yeah, now the direction keys are fine. Okay, so we've made our way back here to the keypad. Let's key in by pressing the shift key or the space key to interact, the interact button to interact with the keypad, and then press 5656. Now that's granted access. What happens is, if we walk away from the door will close. But do we need to key in again? We cannot interact with it, which means we don't need to key in again, actually. We just need to walk into the door will open. So be very careful because when the door opens, the light from the inside can stream out. So if a guard is nearby, the guard may suddenly see you even though you were previously in darkness. So be careful. Now let's see. Grimm's dot here was here and may still be here. Let's switch off the lights. You doubted our capabilities, didn't you? Ha! There you are. I'm gonna switch off the lights. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Not like that. Let's leave the office on. But you're wasting electricity by keeping the lights on over here. Anyway, when we're in rooms with lights and there is no danger, like no immediate danger, one good thing that we can actually do is to switch off the night vision goggles, because you can see how the room is designed, and that would be a good thing actually. So we can talk to her, and I think we can knock her out also, but let's talk to her.
Who are you?
You must be Sam Fisher. I'm Anna Grimm's daughter. Pleased to meet you.
Third echelon lead programmer.
You've done your homework.
Some of it. I'm still a little foggy on my OPSAT.
The Operation Satellite Uplink. Basically just a multi-million tax dollar PDA, but it'll tally everything you'll need to know to complete your missions, so make sure you're comfortable with the interface.
Okay, let's adjust ourselves. So basically, the way we stand, the place we stand will affect where the audio comes from. So, okay, stand in front and then talk.
No need to introduce yourself. I've already got an earful of your history from Lambert.
I'm not as mean as he says.
On the contrary, the man thinks you should be canonized.
What? The saint of shady causes?
I don't know. How about the saint of well-directed sins?
More, we can continue talking by pressing the interact key.
You were involved with second echelon, right?
Yeah, briefly. I had some ideological differences.
Like what?
It didn't respect the human element.
Were you there for the burnout in 2000?
Yeah. But I don't even have clearance to think about it.
Right. When we press the interact key, only press it once, because otherwise you see that FWDCOM, it will forward the communication and conversation. So yeah, talk to.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
So that's all there is to it. So we can forward by spamming the interact key.
Good to meet you. Good luck on the course.
Okay. So that's all there is to it. I'm going to save the game first, okay? By pressing T5 over here and save. And I think we can knock her out.
God damn it, Fisher, I went out on a limb to get you recruited for this detail. What the hell are you thinking? You're fired. You're out of the agency. Game over.
Yep, that can happen. That's why I saved. See what happens? So we have to save very often. Game over very easily. So anyway, reload. Let's not knock her out this time round. Oh, and we can do this in the office. No problem at all. We can do this. We can. There's a pipe here and there's another pipe here, so this is also possible. So there is a video camera over here to monitor our progress, and Grimsdottir walks away, but
Good luck on the course.
we can still talk to her. She won't say much anymore. Sometimes after interaction, like after some interrogation, some people will just stop talking, like enemies and whatnot. So yeah, so we'll get hints for that as well. Okay, I'll meet you back at the end of the course at the shutters, all the way back there. See you in a while. Oh, and I just missed, if we come back up here to get access to the secret room, actually, because of the zip line, we cannot get back up there, so we can drop down here. We can just simply drop down here. Okay, so yeah, so that's a good way, but to get back up there, it's only the ladder and the zip line that will work. So okay, see you back there. So we're back here. Let's go. Just need to walk towards the shutter and the shutter will open, and we just walk through and the next shutter will open. Now we're here.
You're moving on into covert ops. The objective is to sneak through the area without being detected. We've got live bodies in there. Some of the top CIA instructors have kindly volunteered to be your victims.
The icons above the stealth meter on the right indicate that you have new information in your ops set. The objective bar at the bottom of your HUD keeps you informed of your current objective. Press escape to open your ops set and check new information or get detailed information on objectives. So open the door, that's our objective. And hi, nice to meet you. And you. And you. Hello. Do I look good? Is my hair messy? Do I have a pimple? I think I have one. Anyway, we can check these tips again. So to open a door, stand in front of it and press the interaction key. Now we already know this. You can also peek through doors by selecting door peek when pressing the interaction key, spacebar. Right, so we walk up to it. It's a bit dark. So that's a bit ambiguous. In order to access that, we have to press the shift key and then use the W and S key, up and down key, basically the front and back key, to access the door peek function. It should be an alternative function, but apparently it doesn't work like that. So we have to do this to find out the door peek function and release the interaction key. That will allow Sam to open. Be very careful in this state. If you press up, meaning the W key, Sam will move forward. To release the door, press the ES key. And Sam will close the door again. So otherwise just press the interaction key and open the door. But let's try, because this one we know exactly what it does. Let's do the door peek and then the W key to open the door.
The next door is locked, Sam. You'll need to use your lockpicks to get through it.
To equip your lockpicks, press and hold the quick inventory key control and use your mouse to navigate in the menu. Select the lockpicks from the gadgets section. Press. Okay. To release a pin, you must press the correct movement key, W or S or A or D by default. Once you hear and see the pin begin to move, press the same key repeatedly until it is released. repeat operation until all the pins are released. So you can see here that it's the same if we press the escape key and take a look at our inventory, the gadgets. It's exactly the same here. So we actually don't have to come in here unless we want to review some of the functions. So I will not come in here to show these again. Maybe just a quick drop by just to see this animation here, but otherwise probably not, because we are already given the necessary tutorial on what to do. Can be of course. Well, anyways, we can check the tips again and check the shelves for any items. No? So just go there and press the interaction key to see that the door is locked. Select if we haven't selected it yet by pressing the control button and clicking on the gadget. To deselect now because it was selected, so click again to select, and then left mouse button to interact, and just tap the keys until one of them work. Just tap the keys until one of them works. That's it. So we got 3.
This next door is keypad locked. The man guarding the door has the code to open it, but he's been instructed not to cooperate. Convince him otherwise.
Okay. Firstly, let's read this. Approach your opponent quietly from behind and press the interaction key or spacebar key to grab him. If the character has any useful information, the interaction will appear. Select this interaction to force the character to talk. After you get the information you need, press fire left mouse button to knock out and release the opponent. This is very important. This is the okay, there's an autosave, so at important points there'll be autosave. Anyway, this is very important in that this is non-lethal. So if you want to approach the non-lethal way, it's always sneak up, grab, and knock out, so you don't hurt anyone. Yeah. Okay, you see the door is trying to close. So if we are actually in the way of the door won't close at all. But if we are like in this way, the door tries to close, but it encounters us. You can hear it. You can hear it. You can see it nudging. It's trying to close, but because there is an obstacle in the way that's very close proximity, so we still register as an obstacle, and the door swings back open. So that's what it is. Otherwise, once we move away, it closes. Now we cannot be too loud because it will trigger the guard to hear us and will fail the mission. So creep up behind him. I don't want to show all the fail states because that's not necessary. If you want, save first, then try the fail states, okay? So sneak up behind. Once we're close enough, the grab character option becomes available. Now in the training, of course, he stands still. Sometimes they actually don't, they move. So be very careful, our distance. We don't want to run into him. We just want to be close enough. So we may need to spam the interaction key as we move along. But we're here, so press the interaction key to grab the character. We can choose, there are no other options, so grab. And then interact to interrogate.
Hi there.
Hi.
You're not going easy on me, are you?
Not so tight, that hurts.
Sorry about that. What's the door code?
28469.
It was a pleasure working with you.
Likewise.
If we interrogate again?
28469.
And again?
28469.
And again?
28469.
It's the same thing. So we can do this to check there's no other thing. We can forward, but it doesn't work well. It doesn't do us any good. But we can now move into darkness, which we should be very, very familiar with, because that's an action that we have to frequently repeat. If we hide bodies in darkness, they won't be discovered, so we need to knock him out by pressing the left mouse button in darkness. Otherwise, when enemies come on patrol, they may find bodies, and the alert levels will raise, which will increase the difficulty of a level. Right. Oops. Did I just forget the key code? Never mind. even if it is mentioned to us verbally, if we press the escape key and go to notes, we will see the key code here. So don't worry, as long as you get the key code in the game, it is registered 28469. So be very careful when knocking out characters before we ask them for anything, because they may contain useful information, such as this. Of course, there's no data stick because it's verbal. 28469. Use the keypad. I'm just checking for alternatives. Nope. 28466. Oops. It's okay, because that will mean it's denied. So don't worry. But be very careful when keying in the wrong codes. In the real mission, sometimes it triggers an alarm. So be very careful. Don't try key codes, just make sure you get the right ones. Okay, we're into the next room.
This next door is retinal scanner locked. These things are cheap and near impossible to hack. Fortunately, it's just a matter of getting the right eyes to the scanner, usually an officer. The gentleman ahead is registered for the scanner. Convince him to open the door for you.
To force an opponent to cooperate, sneak up from behind and grab him as before. While still holding the opponent, drag him to the object that you want them to use and press the interaction key, spacebar, to force them to use it. Okay, I think there's an autosave, and just note that if you want to load the autosave, it's here. Just saving and loading, and the autosave is there. We had to creep up. If we move too loud, we fail the mission because the guard can hear us. So if you want to try, you can try, but it's not necessary to show all the fail states here. So let's just go ahead. Close enough. Grab character. And be careful, if we knock him out here before getting the retinal scan, game over. We failed the mission as well. So be very careful with that. Move him over here. You can see he's just a normal officer who's volunteered to be our test subject. And regardless of where we face, it's okay. We can face like this and still use the retinal scanner by holding the shift key. No, by pressing the shift key. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else, but no. Just do that. It will take a bit of time, so be careful. Time your actions. Patrols can come by and find us. Now that it's done, the door is open. Let's not get through there. It's okay. We bring him to darkness. Okay, the number 2 key for our night vision goggles. Knock him out. I don't know why the door stays open, but sure. I don't remember it staying open, but if it's closed, we can always walk into it to open it again. Anyway, to see if we miss anything, it's best to use the night vision goggles at dark places. But, well... Hi, how do you like us so far? How's our progress? I see you don't really like us, huh? Because now it's only one camera. Just now there were 2. Okay, so if you move your mouse cursor like this, you still don't get to like clip through the glass and see behind. That's a good thing, because if we get to clip through, we can see enemies even though we shouldn't see them. So by design, this is actually good. We cannot game the system. There is a computer, but I don't think I can get in there to use it. We can still backtrack to where we were though, but it's not going to help us. We can backtrack here all the way to here and to here. But over there, that was the previous training ground and we cannot access it. So I don't think there's a way to go in there. Nope, no other access points. Let's just move forward. Okay. Oops. And run through here. So basically I left my mouse cursor stationary while I move, and it still works, but always look at where you're running just in case. So I'm just trying to show that, you know, it's possible to run while not moving your mouse cursor. So basically keep it like this and you can run in all directions, but it won't be good Yeah, I mean, this is the basic, right? Why am I even talking about it? Anyway, let's go. Switch off the light.
Let's
the
work on
goggles.
stealth. Your gun should always be a last resort. Invisibility is your best weapon. We've got a network of photocells on your outfit connected to a visibility meter on your OPSAT. If the meter's at 4, you're lit up like a Dutch brothel. At 0, you're a ghost's shadow.
The stealth meter in the bottom right hand corner indicates how well lit you are. When the tab is at the right side of the meter, you're well lit. When the tab is at the left side of the meter, you're practically invisible. You will need to shoot the lights out to get past this camera. Select the pistol from your quick inventory, press the escape, press the equip E key, fire, left mouse button. There is the camera, and yeah, autosave. So we can again check the tips, but it's okay. So control key to select it, and then press using the left mouse button to select, and then E key to equip it. So left mouse button to fire. You can see that the cursor, the crossfire, the crosshairs actually slowly converge. So if we fire now, when the crossfire, when the crosshair have not converged, let's see, we just move up there and fire. Sometimes it will miss. So for example, let's move there and fire. Oops, sorry, move there and shoot. Okay, it's quite accurate here because the targets are pretty large. Sometimes we actually will miss, like here. Okay, it works. Let's switch on our night vision goggles with number 2. And switch it off because in night vision mode, it's harder to see the light and shoot them. So shoot. You see, even at this distance we can miss because when there is a distance, aiming becomes important. So be careful, adjust it and shoot. Oops. To equip your night vision goggles, simply press 2. To return to normal vision, press 2 again. So we know this already, but anyway, the tips are here. The tutorial is supposed to be here. Let's go. There it is. I really pressed 2 before the tips came up, so it's okay. Oops. Anyways, can we shoot this one? Nope. Why? I'll mention more later. But anyway, this is an armored security camera. That's why we cannot shoot it. We can shoot some of them though. Right, press E to unequip. Yeah? Okay, let's go. Now we're here.
Some cameras are more fragile, and all you'll need to do to get past them is shoot them.
Yeah, I shouldn't have just I should have just kept it here. So anyway, this is where it is. Some cameras are not protected with armored casing, so shooting these cameras will destroy them, allowing you to pass. To make yourself harder to see, you can go back to the wall. You can go back to the wall, press the equip key to equip your sidearm when peeking, and shoot around the corner without exposing yourself. So, oops, back to the wall, peeking, E key. But sometimes, if we peek like this, enemies can see us, so be careful. We're in darkness, so it's okay because you see the bottom right hand corner right above that pistol. I didn't address this just now. Actually, I should address this. The light meter is on the left hand side, so there are 5 notches on the left hand side. We are not visible, so it's okay. The camera will not see us. We can just aim and shoot. Left mouse button. And suddenly the pistol disappears from his hand. Yes, before we shoot the lights and the camera, we can backtrack. So which means we can shoot the officers in front, but do not do that. You failed the mission. Okay, anyway, let's go. Q to get out of the back to wall. Right, nothing here. So when we are here, we are well lit. So even under the light, sometimes it is not as well lit. So be very careful. Sometimes it is well lit, as you can see here. So yeah. So generally just stay in darkness, okay? I mean, this is the basis. Okay, some lights. Okay, never mind. I don't have my pistol, so I'll not talk about that. We're in here now.
Sometimes the only way to pass a camera will be to stick to existing shadows and time your movements.
Oh, I cannot shoot lights. And time your movements and keep to the shadows to avoid being seen by the camera. So let's save here first, okay? Okay, actually there's an autosave, but I think it's time we saved as well. So let's just say T7. Right, we can press the number 2 key to unequip our night vision goggles and observe how the security camera is turning. So if we run when the camera is facing that side, it will be not as good because we're running into the camera swivel. So turn around here and then run to here. And we can hide here for a while until the camera swings again, because it is very important to observe where the camera swings so that we don't run into the swivel of the camera, but run along with the camera. So basically the camera has to chase us to swivel into our location to see us instead of running into the swivel direction. I think you get what I mean. But anyway, we're here, so we can still run over here. It can still see us though, so be very careful. We'll be able to see that the camera's moved away, but basically here is pretty safe anyway. So this is the dark region. Switch off and you don't see anything, which is not so good for me. I don't like darkness like that. Yeah, Lambert is there, and we can open the door and get through here.
Knock out the guard in the corridor and hide his body before the patrolling guard finds it.
To knock out an enemy with a hand-to-hand attack, get close to them and press fire. Left mouse button. Stand over the fallen enemy and select the pickup body interaction. So, carry the opponent to somewhere dark and out of the way and press the interaction key to drop them. Press the interaction key again to drop them. Okay, we have to be careful, so scroll down to slow down and then creep up and grab character. Now walk instead of crouch. We don't have to crouch. We can actually knock him out first and then body. Don't crouch though, just walk. Usually we need to crouch, but
Okay,
now
Fisher,
no, just
let's
walk.
bring in another guard to evaluate your work.
Okay, so if we face this way, actually the body is laid out in a different way, so be very careful. You see? If we face here, however, the body will be laid out horizontally. Now we can knock him out actually. He walks out from there, we can knock him out, but we will fail the mission because that's not the purpose. That's what Lambert will say. It's not the purpose, we'll fail the mission. So don't knock him out. Wait for him to go inside. Wait for us to pass
Good work,
the mission.
Sam. Remember that discretion is critical to our operations. Covering up the evidence of your passing through will go a long way towards proving our usefulness in the field.
Time to save. T7 again. And now, do we need to be silent? Actually, not really. Let's run around. Usually though, if there's enemy there, they can hear us. But now, they can't hear us. We have passed the mission. He sees us, but it doesn't really matter. Because, yeah. We can just walk around here and we can just run and he won't see us, he won't bother us, and we cannot access where Lambert was, so that room wasn't accessible. I didn't find any way to access that room anyways, but we can go back and check if we can access the room now, but I don't think so. Yeah, There's no way to access this room. And is Lambert still here? He is still here. Okay. Yeah. To progress, go here. Do we want to progress first? No. Why? We can come in here and grab him. And even knock him out if we want to. Now, it won't fail the mission. So knocking him out, you can see how the body falls, and sometimes you don't even have to move the body. It's like this is in one notch, so it's generally hidden. Yeah. Switch off our goggles to see the design of this room, and you can see actually the chairs have got texture and color that's not just like grayscale. So we can actually appreciate the design of the developers and the designers by switching off our goggles whenever it's peaceful and we're not in a rush. And Kali Mills, right? K-A-L-I? Is that Kali? Or Mali? Kali. I think it's Kali. Or K-A-I-J. Don't know what that is, but it's okay. It doesn't really bother us. And those walkie-talkie thingy, it doesn't really matter. It's okay. There are tapes on here. You can see some of these things here. The machine is not even on. That's why there's no light. We can carry this body as well. Again, there's no need to. Now we're not being penalized anyway, even if we do. But yeah. So that's it. Let's move forward to the next area. Open the door and press the 2 key because it's so bright here. Okay, inch forward.
The next hallway's the same idea, but for sound. I'll be monitoring a few hidden mics.
To move quietly, try to keep to softer or more solid textures like carpet or concrete, and avoid hollow or loose surfaces like wood or gravel. Also remember that the slower you move, the quieter you are. To crouch, press C. You will be much quieter while crouched and moving slowly. You will also perform a quiet landing if you drop from a height while crouched. Yeah, okay, that's important actually. While crouched, if you drop, you don't make a sound. At least not too much of a sound, yeah. So basically, in the game, if you are crouched and you drop near to the enemy, most of the time they don't hear you. Anyway, so we have to be careful. We can check the tips again, but let's not waste time. All the dangling things, they are microphones. You can see them. And all the soundproofing on the walls will help the mics pick up the sound that we make. Okay, that sound was kind of loud, but it will not trigger the mic, so don't worry. We are crouched and we drop, it's okay. So again, I'll let you hear it. Okay, that's fine actually, but be very careful. Sometimes it's ambiguous what is picked up by the enemies. So if you are doubtful, save before moving. To go up, we need to press this spacebar. And then now Sam is standing, so be very careful. We cannot climb on these, so we actually have to walk the whole thing. Spacebar to climb like that. And I don't think it's possible to like hand over hand across that place. But let's do a save on here. T8 now. And yeah, actually the objectives are here. The goals are here. It's being updated all the time. And it's also seen at the bottom. But I doubt we can climb.
Not quite soft enough. Give it another shot.
Okay, so basically, if we make any sound, we are being thrown to the very beginning of the round. Okay, so basically if you knock that chain, it will cause the mic to pick up the sound. So be very careful. Just need to walk around the chains. You can definitely navigate even when they're swinging and do that. Of course, that was a test. That was intentional. Otherwise, we would be walking by. Now, anyway, there are shards on the floor. If we do this, you won't hear the shards. But if we actually hold on to the directional key, you can hear the shards. To be more silent, do this. Just tap to let Sam inch forward. That would be more helpful. This thudding sound, I think, is to simulate Sam's heartbeat, right? Anyway, let's go. Yeah.
Have you started yet? Fisher! Holy Christmas, you're at the end. Phenomenal work. Let's move on.
Well, that praise would have been better if we hadn't made a mistake, but know that that mistake was intentional. So, it's okay. Now we're here. Okay. What's this? Gyro plaque. Yeah. Huh. Oh, okay, never mind. Anyway, sometimes it's a bit misleading, so look out for entryways like this. These are just doors. Like, just walk by that. Sometimes you don't actually realize it's a door, but it is a door. Just go in here, and that's it.
That's gotta be him.
Yep. Sam Fisher, let me introduce you to Vernon Wilkes Jr.
Hello.
Hey, I've heard crazy things about your work.
I hope you don't mind. I told him some of your stories from Kuwait.
We're all friends here.
Right on.
Junior Wilkes is a longtime NSA employee. He'll be your wheels, wings, and weapons. He coordinates transportation and equipment.
Great.
For sure. Man, you must be itching to get back out in the field, huh?
It's all I'm good at.
Well, it's all we need. Welcome to the NSA.
I'm sure things are going to come together famously. Third Echelon is a brand new initiative, and we're going to have a lot to prove.
Right.
The two of you will be Third Echelon's first team on the ground. Be ready for it, and do us proud. Welcome to the NSA.
Mission complete. There it is. CIA Training Farm, Camp Perry, Virginia, August 7th, 2004, 07:29 hours. Congratulations, Fisher. You have demonstrated that you are the right man to spearhead the NSA's Third Echelon initiative. The onus will be upon you to prove the worth of deploying solo covert operatives by gathering intelligence in the field and taking deliberate action based on that intelligence. Welcome to the NSA. Well, so that was the first episode, and well, it was just a tutorial, but what do you think about it in the training, the basic key commands and like actions and features and whatnot? But yeah, this was the first episode and first, should I say, outing? No, not really. But anyway, yeah, in the next episode, we will get our very first mission. What will it be? We'll find out in the next episode. That's all I have for now. Have a nice day.